What's up, YouTube? I have Auron here, and are you ready for the real deal? Today's episode, there can be only one! This is actually a real sword, which is pretty sick. Check it. Okay, so back in the 80s, the golden age of cinema, or, at least the golden age of B cinema, maybe B minus, you had some sweet cult classics. Now, as we all know, the greatest movie ever made in the 1980s was the Transformers movie. And I'm not talking Michael Bay shit. Oh! I just made a Michael Bay movie. I'm talking the real Transformers movie. Leonard Nimoy played Galvatron. Has he done anything better in his life? Okay, that was pretty awesome. But just to summarize my point, Transformers the original movie, much better than anything Michael Bay has done. Hey, but in fairness to Michael Bay, The Rock was sick. Nick Cage and Sean Connery. Hey, you know what else had Sean Connery in it? Maybe just the second best movie of the 1980s, and definitely the best live action. And here we are, with the princes of the universe. Yes! Sean Connery, Christopher Lambert, and this guy. Look at this guy. He's like, ooh, I'm gonna eat your babies. Because that's what, that's what a villain should do. He should eat your babies. Or at least he should imply that maybe he might eat your babies. Yeah. This guy looks like Jerry Only, but more badass. How do you get more badass than Jerry Only? So, Highlander, if you haven't witnessed the glory, is about Connor MacLeod. Connor MacLeod of the Clan MacLeod, who cannot die. So, essentially, Connor MacLeod, played by Christopher Lambert, is an immortal, meaning he can't die. So is Sean Connery. When the immortals get really close to one another, they get this thing called the quickening. And then they have to fight. Here's the catch. The only way to kill an immortal? Chop off his head. It's like a vampire, only, 50 million times cooler. Oh, and apparently they're from another planet. But that's kind of where the series gets a little weird. Because, immortals cutting each other's heads off. Well, that's just totally normal. Film magic! Sean Connery plays Ramirez, a Spanish immortal who has spent some time in Egypt and Japan, and for some reason, he still talks with a Scottish accent.
You cannot die, MacLeod.
And Christopher Lambert talks with a kind of Scottish accent.
Been kinsman 20 years.
By the way, if you're wondering who Christopher Lambert is, well, you might know him from a B movie in the 90s.
The fate of billions will depend upon you. Sorry.
He's also the god of thunder. That movie was terrible. Why am I bringing this up? Well, they're doing a remake. Yay. Okay, so the thing is, I'm just pretty skeptical. What are they gonna do? Change the music? Queen did the original soundtrack. Here we belong, fighting to survive in a war with the darkest power. Look, if they change the music, I will walk out. Screw walking out. I will crap my pants. Angrily. Apparently it's being written by the guys who wrote Iron Man. Okay, that was actually a pretty sweet movie. But here's the downside. A Hollywood reporter said they're gonna make it more romantic. I like romance. I'm a romantic guy. Just last week, I bought myself a bottle of wine and a dozen red roses, and then I wept out of loneliness. But this is Highlander! Highlander, remember? Cooler than vampires. Do you know what happened when they made vampires romantic? Blasphemy! What? A couple of guys running around with large phallic swords, chopping off each other's heads all the time and getting the quickening whenever they get close enough to each other? That's not romantic enough for you? You are homophobic, Hollywood. So, Hollywood, here's my message to you. If you want to do a remake, cool. Do a remake. But don't screw it up. Or in the end, all you're really going to prove is there can be only one. Okay guys, well, I hope you liked the video. If you did like it, just click subscribe. Or maybe it's over here. We'll see you next time.
Here we are, born to be kings.